Former Beatle Paul McCartney is on tour and getting back to where he once belonged, revisiting the sites of some of the Beatles' most memorable concerts. NBC's Michelle Franzen joins us from one of those sites in Queens, New York. Michelle, good morning.
Well, good morning, Amy. Paul McCartney returned to the spot where he and the Beatles performed more than 4 decades ago. Then it was Shea Stadium, now Citifield. McCartney offered fans a sampling of his latest music, but also a heavy dose of the classic rock and roll that made him famous. Paul McCartney back in the U.S. rocked the crowds at Citifield, opening the first concert at the new home of the Mets with the Beatles hit. He continued the 2-hour set with a mix that spanned his musical career. McCartney has called his return to the stage a farewell tour, a performance fans wouldn't miss.
I loved how much fun Paul was having on stage.
We thought it was awesome that he did a bunch of different songs from a bunch of different eras.
This is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life.
It comes 44 years after McCartney and the Beatles made history, playing the first concert at Shea Stadium, and the biggest, with more than 50,000 fans. Sid Bernstein, the promoter credited for bringing the Beatles to Shea, wanted to relive the moment, this time at age 90.
These are the breaks. These are the rewards. And the fact that I'm still around.
Full circle for Bernstein and fans like Ira Marlowe, who attended the 1965 concert at age 13.
After 40-some-odd years, to come back and watch Paul perform again, I'm on a high. I'm absolutely rocking and rolling inside. I'm jumping.
On the eve of the concert, Marlowe and his family poured over autographed Beatles photos and the original tickets, back then costing less than $5. Just a year before, Liverpool's Fab Four had landed in the U.S., bringing their music and Beatlemania with them. That adoration for the men and music exploded over the decades. Even as the band went their separate ways, fans were left wanting more. And at age 67, McCartney is still ready to deliver.
Not so arguably, Paul is the greatest living rock star today. He continues to sell out stadiums, which very few people can do. He continues to make new, relevant, vital music.
And Paul McCartney will play 2 more shows here at Citifield, and his mini U.S. tour will also hit Atlanta and Dallas, to name a few. He was joined on stage last night by legendary piano man Billy Joel for a song. It was returning the favor and another nod to history. Last fall, before Shea was demolished, Paul McCartney joined Billy Joel for the last play at Shea. Amy?
Michelle Franzen in Queens. Michelle, thanks so much. You know what I loved about that piece? Watching every person come out of that concert with a huge smile on their face. It was so nostalgic. They were almost reliving their childhood.
And these people are ageless. I mean, Paul McCartney has so much energy. I saw Bruce Springsteen this fall, and he's just amazing that they still have so much get up and go. It makes me feel kind of lazy.
I know, 67, you still rocking Shea Stadium. All right. We'll be right back. But first, this is Today on NBC.